Alright, welcome back guys. This will be part 2 of what we're going to do. So it's a bit cooler now, so I'm going to swap my gas bottles over for Mimi today and get into some of this work underneath this car for this rust. So I'll take you through and I'll show you what I'm going to tackle first up and how I'm going to do it. Obviously there might be some changes along the way, no matter, depending on what I find, but I'll give you a quick look. Alright, so this section at the front we looked at in that first video. I had a bit more of a look into it, so what I'm going to try and do first up is just weld these holes up and then grind it back flush. So it's not too bad, but we'll see how we go first up and then go from there. Alright, so pretty good success. I'm pretty happy with the way that's come up. All the holes have been filled and she's all flat again, so looking good. On to the next bit. The next section will be that there. Like I said in that first video, I'll cut that all the way out and up through there. You can see it's gone through there as well, so cut that out. That'll be a bit of mucking around, trying to get that into the right shape. Now, just for people watching this, you know, this is by no means a professional outfit what I've got going on here, but I just want to show people what I'm doing, just so, you know, if they're looking to do this sort of thing, gives them a little bit of an insight into what you got to do. But you know, by no means do I have all the flash gear. There's no English wheel, I've got no stress strinkers. Basically it'll all be done on the vise and just tapping it with a hammer, trying to get it into place. I have got a fairly decent MIG welder, but I have done a couple of restoration projects where I've only used a small gasless MIG, which are pretty good for car panels, you know, the thin stuff. You know, I think it was from Bunnings, it was about $300, but just so anyone that wants to do it, don't be afraid to do it, just give it a go. That's about all you can do. That's the old piece out. Alright, so you can see I've cut the old section out. It's pretty good behind there. I'll clean all that inside edge up because the steel inside's actually pretty good, so I'll clean that up and we'll make up a piece that'll go in here. Hardest bit I think is going to be getting this. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but there's a little bevel here, because obviously this is where the front guard sits, so it's a little bit lower, so we'll knock up a new piece to put in there and see how we go. Always make sure you at least got your safety squints on. Alright, so basically we've got the general cutout done. There's a little bit of a bend on it, so we'll put that in the vise and we'll bend that around a little bit and see how it fits for the first part of it. Alright, how's that going to fit in there? Looking okay at the moment. We'll do a couple of trims here and there. Got that's not looking too bad. I might bring the seam of where the bend starts down a little bit further though. Righto, looking pretty good. There is this corner here, it does roll down a little bit, so we'll see if we can get that into it. Like I say, there's probably going to be people on here that comment, say, no, you're doing it wrong. This is all I've got, and it seems to work. Doesn't have to be show quality, just needs to be the right shape. Alrighty, my battery went flat, so I had to do a couple of bits and pieces without any footage, but basically that front part's done. I've got to do a little bit more spots in there, so a few tack welds in there just to fill up a couple of holes, just so I can get that shape exactly right. It's pretty good though, but just a few in there. Also went along and filled in all these spots where all these pop rivet holes were, because it had side skirts on it at some stage. So just went through and welded all those up. We finished the inside of the back quarter, so that section was rusted out before. If you're not sure what it looked like, go back through the other videos and have a look, but there was a couple of spots there, so we've cut that out and replated that. Now just on to the next bit. So we've just got this section in here to do with the inside, so that's the outer skin of the rear quarter, and then we've got the inner skin, because all this was gone, so I had to rebuild this whole corner. But we've got a plate to weld in there, and then move on. But I ended up managing to straighten this quarter out. It's come up pretty good. You know, use the spirit level, it won't look very good, but it's come up pretty good. I actually had to flip the car back over and then get it from the inside of that panel and knock that back out, and then feather it back in with the hammer ever so slightly to try and get it half decent. But all in all, it's flat. We'll need a little bit of filler in there just to smooth it right out, but at least that big section that was stoved in is now back to how it should be. A couple of spots in here that I'll fix up. Just cut those out, because obviously as I've bent that back out, they've given way because it's so thin, but we'll cut those out and replace those and carry on from there. So yeah, I'll do a bit more cutting, a bit more welding, bit more fiddling around, and we'll have a look. Big a lot, can't see enough. Right, welded that section in, not you can see very much fucking light though. Welded that section in, cut this bit here out. So, cut that section out that was buggered there, and I'll weld that plate that just fell in down the back there in. And come back and see how that looks, but it's all pretty solid steel there, so it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so new piece is welded in. Look pretty good, it's got a little bit of grinding and tidying up to go, but I've run out of light today, so a bit of extra primer on there, and I'll come back to it another day. But all in all, a lot bloody straighter than it used to be. So looking good. Getting ever so closer to getting to the other side.